5 storylines to follow. UFC 171. With the UFC's lone pay-per-view event of the month rapidly approaching, take a closer look at MMA Junkie's top storylines to follow going into UFC 71 Hendricks vs. Lawler. With 5 welterweight fights on the card, the landscape of the 170-pound weight class will look drastically different after Saturday's event. A new champion will be crowned in the absence of former title holder George St. Pierre. New contenders will be announced, and a new era in the division will officially get underway. Diego Sanchez is one of the most popular fighters on the UFC roster due to his spectacular bouts and never-say-die attitude in the cage. While the Dream has become accustomed to fighting top 10 level competition over the years, he'll take a step back to face unranked Miles Jury. Some argue Sanchez is at the tail end of his career, and even though the fighter won't admit as much, the matchup with Jury will be very telling as to how much the Ultimate Fighter Season 1 winner has left. Few people jumped at the chance to be Carlos Condit's opponent at UFC 171, which is why Tyrone Woodley stood out when he campaigned for the fight. While Woodley has struggled to get the big win needed for a title run in the past, none of those fights would help him as much as a victory over the natural-born killer would. It's not often a fighter will get the opportunity to win UFC gold in back-to-back fights, but that's exactly where Johnny Hendricks stands. Big Rig feels he should have become champion when he fought George St. Pierre last year, but the win slipped through his fingers. With a rare second chance in front of him, expect Hendricks to leave it all inside the octagon. Few people foresaw Robbie Lawler making a run at the title when he returned to the UFC last year, but in one of the most unpredictable champion runs in UFC history, here he is, about to fight for a world title. For so long, Lawler was considered nothing more than an average slugger, but in the past year, he's turned his career around and looks nearly untouchable in the cage. Should Lawler find a way to take home the UFC belt, it will go down as one of the sport's all-time feel-good stories.